Tim Black.
Oh, damn, I'm out of order. It's not even my top story. My top story is Jasmine Crockett. My bad, y'all. I'm going to have to edit the hell out of that. We're going to start off with Jasmine Crockett tonight, but that was good, though. Didn't it kind of wet your whistle? Jasmine Crockett, live and direct, coming at you. She wants to remind you who Jasmine Crockett is.
All right. 6 years ago, no one.
All right.
She's in the window.
All right. That's all right. That's all right.
All right. I gotta get through this. 6 years ago, no one believed that I could become a state representative. We were outspent 5-1.
Ooh.
Yeah. We're outspent 5-1. There were a couple of organizations, progressive organizations, that were like, this is our candidate. We want to go with the one that the establishment does not want. One of the main organizations, and they all lined up together. They did. One of the main organizations was stopped. People said there's no way she's going to win. 6 years later.
Yeah.
Woo! 6 years later, a very short amount of time, I went from being the kid that no one thought could do it, who was out there hustling, knocking doors, putting door hangers at the apartment complexes, doing everything that I could. We were in the midst of George Floyd. Was that election or the other? No, it was that one.
Okay, so I saw this clip circulating on X. It's a much longer clip, actually, where she goes into a number of issues and the trials and tribulations that she went through running for state. Then she goes on to really try to get through to people that she's a human being, that she's fighting for them, and things of that nature. That's what it's all about. And as I watched it and as I was reading the responses, looking at it, it was obvious that this was sort of like a Hillary Clinton moment. That's the vibe I got. Remember Hillary Clinton where she was losing to Barack Obama? She went to the waterworks. That's what she started doing. Started crying. It's like, what's wrong, Hillary? And Hillary is sitting over there. God, I just feel like we're making the wrong decision. Just can't believe it. Then they were like, well, Hillary, but you don't want to damage Barack in the primary, and then you won't be able to defeat the Republican in the general if you keep it up. And she was like, I gotta stay in the race because God forbid if something were to happen to him. Now, to Jasmine Crockett's credit, she did not go that far. But she did kept saying things like, this guy, he ain't going to be able to win the general. He's too white. And I'm black, and that's just how it is. And I got a coalition. I got all the blacks. And I looked at the comment section. I saw a lot of pride in Black Americans who were commenting, and they felt connected to Jasmine Crockett for obvious reasons. And I just kept thinking, man, are we ever going to grow up electorally? And this is a hard thing because Tallarico, I'm not into this guy. I don't, like I said, I don't support candidates anymore. I just look at the content. I look at the data. I look at the issues, and then I make my commentary about it. I discuss it. I form my natural opinion, and I share with my audience. So I'm not saying Tallarico's better than Jasmine Crockett. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is Somebody saying that when they were 38, they were a kid, because she's 44 now. So 6 years ago when she ran for state rep, no one knew she was going to win and all. It seemed like somebody really wanted to be a politician. I can't imagine such. Somebody being emotional about winning a race in politics doesn't signal to me what I think it signals to some people who are moved by this. In fact, I'm kind of put off by it. Yeah, fam, when people say shit to me like, Tim Black, you should run for office because we need a fighter that's going to stand up for Black America. We need a fighter that's going to stand up for working class people. We need somebody who's not on the take, who ain't in it for the wrong reasons. I hate hearing it because that's the last thing I want to do. And I think that's a natural thing. You understand what I'm saying? That a person, my point is this, guys. The only people that you should want to be politicians should be people who don't want to be politicians. You understand what I'm saying? This is not singing. This is not being an actor. It's not even being a doctor. Being a politician only matters what they fight for. And anybody who wants to be a politician, I mean, truly wants to be a politician, when they have a whole bunch of other options, when they have a law degree and they're a civil rights lawyer, should not be wanting to be a politician. And the fact, so many of us here can't figure that out yet. Why in the hell would you want to be a politician? Now, if you say, I gotta be a politician because these people are catching hell and I gotta do something about it, and I can't sleep another day with my people catching hell like this, and I'm sitting by with the tools to fix it, that would be different. Is that what she's saying? Now, no, I'm inevitably, I put dollars up that the ones that would respond, the Democrat-friendly blue hools, that whole set of black, they're not elites, but they're in the black no in the Democratic space. They would all disagree with me because they got to protect the queen. But they could never argue this point. Not in a room filled of undecided people. And my point is, why are you pushing people to be politicians who obviously want to be politicians for power, for prestige, or some bucket list? The only people that are going to fight the battle we need as working people, as people that don't have trust accounts, as people who are dealing with a corrupt system, are people who are willing to go in and fight for us and go against the system and rile up people and lose and be a one-termer if it needs to be, but go in there for a purpose. And it's just that it seems to me that too many of us haven't grasped the concept. Since they don't have a rebuttal to my response to that, they don't have a rebuttal to my point, they can't say anything, fam. They got nothing, man. They would instead call me a sellout. They would call me misogynist or Uncle Tom or white nationalist for saying the truth. Nobody worth a damn, nobody worth our time in politics should want to be in politics. You should be in politics because it's the only way to help fix whatever the problem is. This is a cesspool. It's full of shrapnel and obstacles and potholes and deceptive people and bad practices and corrupt money. And it's hard as hell to get anything done. It's not a place that you want to go to be a star. You want to be a star, go be a stand-up comedian. You want to be a star, write a song, write a jingle. It's a sister on TikTok that made a lot of money writing a Mountain Dew? Some type of, what was the soda she did? Oh, forget. I think you got $1 million for a jingle. Go do that. You'll be fine. Yeah, I'm seeing people that, they see Jasmine Crockett crying because she's losing. That's why. And then eating it up. Eating it up. See, she's a real person. A real person that wants to be a politician. How does that help you? So she got to be a politician. How's your life change? Now, I'm not saying James Talarico is better. Who knows? All of this may be for nothing because they got to beat a Republican. You do realize this. But at some point, fam, we got to learn the difference between people that are on our side and people that just talk a good game. And if all you got for me is this person look like me, they say things about this person I don't like, and now look at him crying. We got to fight for her. You missed the whole point of what politics, what this is, what activism, what all of this should be about. They should be fighting for us. You should not be fighting for them unless they are fighting for you. One thing I gotta say about other groups, man, they are selfish and that's good for them. Some of us are way too unselfish, unfocused, and prone to nonsense when it comes to politics. We let ourselves be moved by the wrong things. And as much as y'all talk about MAGA, you diss them about the flag. At least they had family members that died in wars. What's your reason? You'll line up behind anyone black who says any reference to anything black, even if they haven't really done it. I mean, at the end of the day, people are going to vote how they're going to vote. I don't like the manipulation tactics, and I don't like the vote blue anywho coming over the mountain like they're telling the rest of us how to think. I'm going to end it like this. I'm just going to restate the obvious. Jasmine Crockett, the fact you wanted to be a politician, the fact you were crying because you wanted to win a state race, sends up more red flags than you know to those that know. And those that don't know, I guess you just don't know. Want direct access to ask questions, interact, and chop it up? Become a VIP member. Go to jointimblack.com. Stay dangerous.